Good morning, I am Santiago Rueda from 9A and I am here to inform my class about one of the most common tourist places in the world, New York City. What do I know about New York City? I am completely sure that most of the travelers have made this question before visiting the city that never sleeps. Most of people know something about New York because of September 11 attacks, but New York is not just only recognized for that. This place has one of the most complete cultural proposals, it also offers leisure and fun and a variety of everything. New York City is one of the most important cities all around the world. Inclusive, it is said that it is the world's capital, and important to be knowledgeable about this incredible city that beautiful present one of the most catastrophic terrorist attacks in history. I have visited New York twice, and I have read some articles about that wonderful city. Thanks to that, I could notice why New York is that kind of important and significant to the world. Today, first I will discuss about the history of New York City, second I will discuss about what to do in New York, and finally I will discuss about the September 11 attacks and give some curious data of New York. For something it is said that New York is the capital of the world, but first it is necessary to see how the Big Apple was before getting this name. Now about the foundation of New York and how transformation makes it to becoming one of the principal financial centers in the world and the most populated city in the USA. New York as a Dutch colony. The Dutch were the first to establish in the area and in 1614 they built Fort Nassau. In 1626 the Dutchman Peter Minuit bought the island of Manhattan from the Indians for $24 and created a colony which he named New Amsterdam. Later, in 1674 by the Treaty of Westminster is found from the Dutch to the English who renamed New York in honor of the Duke of York. Now, New York is a conflict and its transformation. Throughout the 18th century, the English colonies clashed on numerous occasions with the French for control of Manhattan, wars which they seldom managed to involve Indian tribes for their cause. New York played an important role in the War of Independence of the United States, being the scene of several battles. In 1775, the Revolutionary opposed those loyal to England and approved the independence the following years. In the 18th centuries, in the 1820s, New York became the center of North abolition activism. In 1873, during the American Civil War, New York experienced a civil insurrection with very violent demonstration against forced enlistment, known as the Day of Draft Week. Immigration and development transformed the city so that in 1835, New York became the largest city in all the United States. Until 1898, the city was formed solely by Manhattan, to which the addition of Brooklyn, Queens, Bronx, and Staten Island were united. The construction of many of its famous bridge and the metro in 1904 contributed to this. And last, New York in the 20th century. New York became the center of European, Asian, and Latin American immigration. After the Second World War, New York became the most important city in the world with great economic, political, and cultural ways. It also has become a great international tourist destination. Now that I have discussed the history of New York, I will now discuss about what kind of activities can be done in New York. New York is known for having a lot of conventional activity as well as the House of Art and Cinema. It also has a huge amount of world-class restaurants and it holds many emblematic places such as the Empire State and the Statue of Liberty. What kind of activity you can do is like visiting emblematic places such as Central Park, Empire State, the Brooklyn Bridge, or the State Island. Another thing you can do in New York is shopping. Times Square is without doubt the most frequented place in New York. It's where commercial activity takes place and attract more of the tourist attention. Or another thing you can go to do is getting crazy in the outlets like Woodbury, Common, or Jersey Gardens. And last other kind of activity you can do is like visiting Brooklyn and the Old District, cross the Brooklyn Bridge, go to an NBA match or other sport, or make a complete tour around the city without expert. Now that we have already know about what can we do in New York, I will discuss about one of the most terrific attacks that had ever been seen before, and I am going to make a space for some curious data about the Big Apple. The scene of the September 11 is something to be sorry about, but we cannot take this out from the history of New York. After it, I will show you some curious data of New York. Consequences of the attacks. The attacks killed 2,996 people, injured over 600, and caused at least $18 billion in infrastructure and property damage. Also, the security budget is increasing at a very high rate in the USA. And some current data of New York is that around 50 million of tourists visit New York per year. That's why New York is one of the most common touristic places in the world. And 36% of the New York population was born outside the United States. That's why New York is a home of immigration. And last, 8,200,000 people live in New York according to the census made in 2011. Today I first discuss about the history of New York. Later I discuss about what to do in New York, and finally I discuss about the September attacks and give some current data of New York. New York is one of the most important cities all around the world, not just only because it is a principal commercial, financial, art, cinema, and import center, but also necessary to emphasize its history in order to know how the journey was to become the New York that we know today. New York is a city that has a variety of things to do. There you have the liberty to choose whatever to do, but beautiful, New York had the bad luck to host one of the most terrific events that had ever happened before. Whatever the case of loss of life, the injuries and the damage of the September 11th was tremendous, and it's something that without doubt should never be forgotten. Thank you.